So the first organ in the nervous system is the brain. The brain is the most complex and complicated organ in the body, and we only use around 20% of it. There are six main functions of the brain: thinking or cognition, perception or sensing, emotion or feeling, behavior, physical or somatic, and signaling, being responsive and reactive to the environment. The brain is like a traffic director for neurons, which enable you to have the impulse to do anything you do and how to do it. There are three main sections of the brain: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brain stem. The the cerebrum is divided into four regions, also called lobes. Um, they control senses, thoughts, movements, and the four lobes are the occipital, the temporal, frontal, and parietal lobe, if that's how you pronounce it, or parietal lobe. The cerebellum gets information from the sensory system, the spinal cord, and other parts of the brain, and regulates motor functions. The cerebellum is like a conductor for voluntary movements such as posture, balance, coordination, and speech. The brainstem connects the spinal cord to the brain and maintains homeostasis. The spinal cord is like a big, chunky cord of nerves, and they send information for the whole body from the whole body to the brain. Melanin in the brain is also called neuromelanin. Neural crest cells send melanocytes to the Schwann cells and inner ear, skin, eye, choroid, retina, medulla oblongata, and the iris. Melanin is a brain in itself and can protect organs, other cells, and give organs and cells abilities that help it survive much longer, like absorbing light and UV rays from the sun to protect the skin or the iris. The excretory organs include the kidneys, the uterus, the bladder, the urethra, the lungs, the skin and its sweat glands, and the liver. The first organ from the excretory system that I would hit on is the kidneys. The kidneys are bean-like organs that regulate and clean your blood by releasing excess amounts of releasing excess amounts of anything or anything that shouldn't be in the blood out in the form of urine. They also cleanse other fluids in the body. The kidney gets the urine it creates to the bladder with the ureters. The ureters are tubercle muscles that connect the kidney to the bladder. They tighten and relax to allow urine to get to the bladder. The bladder is a muscular sac in the pelvis area that stores urine until it releases. Urine is released through a tube called the urethra from the bladder. The lungs are another organ in the excretory system. The lungs' main function is getting oxygen from the air and sending it throughout the body, getting it back and refreshing it with oxygen, taking the carbon dioxide and releasing it as an exhale. The skin is the largest organ of the human body. It is our protection, our body temperature regulation, and our transmitter of information through sensation. The sweat glands under our skin help to regulate body temperatures. Melanin is what gives the skin its color. Melanin protects the skin from UV rays and has many other abilities which keep us in good shape. Google says that occurrences in melanin granules and melanosynthesis are random in the kidney and are distributed in the interstitium of the renal tissue.